So now we're going to be approaching Topeka, Kansas, darling. Mary found a place when going online to research their trip called Truckhenge.
Truckhenge, like Stonehenge, but better, one might say.
Oh, far more inspiring. Truckhenge is basically a bunch of trucks that are cemented into the ground vertically. Now, to give you an idea of the setting, before we're introduced to the person who owns and runs Truckhenge, which I'm really struggling with saying, they show us a few shots of these trucks and other vehicles vertical into the ground, surrounded by fields and trees and dumpy-looking property. Not manicured, not anything.
No.
Just kind of like rural vibes with
You mean like rural
automobiles.
Topeka, Kansas vibes?
Right. With vehicles sticking out of the ground vertically.
It's almost like a tornado went through there and a bunch of vehicles landed in vertical positions. But we meet a national treasure.
Yes, we do.
A one Ron Lessman looking like he's been kicked in a tooth or two. Kicked in a tooth or two.
Ron is wearing a t-shirt that says, "You say psycho like it's a bad thing," written in a fun font. And I was like, oh, Ron, you're right, he's a treasure. He really is.
He tells the story about how Truckhenge came to be, and essentially what it boils down to is that the county was sick of his shit and sick of his trash, and they told him that he needed to pick up the trucks.
Well, the county came with a search warrant and
Ooh.
told him he had to pick up his trucks. Now, honey, before we get into some of his storytelling with this incident, how do we describe Ron? Like, he's got a crazy beard. Like, he looks like a mountain man, but there's no mountains.
Like a mountain man / hippie.
Yes.
He's a degenerate.
He's a degenerate.
Sorry.
I know, right? Like, fast forward a little bit to when Christine talks about how he doesn't trust the government and he's a weirdo, and just all of those kind of stereotypes put onto a person. Like, he has been kicked in the tooth. He's got this crazy mangy beard thing going on. He's wearing this insane shirt that says, "You say psycho like it's a bad thing." And he looks like he hasn't talked to another human in like 5 years.
He looks like a conspiracy theorist, like he perhaps has a tinfoil or two that fit him very well.
Yes, and maybe him or his sister wife. Oh, his sister wife. His sister who is his wife.
He fucking wishes. He even says so later.
Right,
kind of.
Makes meth in their bathroom or something.
Yeah.
Like, it's a look. It's a whole thing. So he tells us the county came with a search warrant and told him he had to pick up his trucks.
Pick him up!
So he says, so I picked him up. When he does this, he gestures. How do we describe this, honey?
He flips the bird with both hands.
Oh.
And as he's telling the story about what he does and that he did what the county said and he put him up and he flips off everybody, all of the children, the adults.
When he's describing this, like picking them up or putting up the trucks, he does that gesture that you do when you're flicking someone off, more than just putting up, like flipping the bird.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like taking his hand and putting it into his elbow and shoving his arm up and doing the whole crazy gesture.
I'm pretty sure that's like a British thing. Like that's super offensive, like over in the UK.
I have no idea if it's British, but it's like it's more than just flipping the bird with your hand. It's like middle finger up in the air, hand in elbow, blah, blah, blah. It's this big dramatic gesture.
Yep. Hand in your ditch.
Hand in the ditch of your
elbow. That's what they call it when you get tattooed there. The ditch.
The ditch.
The ditch.
And then there's the truck in the ditch and his hand's in the ditch. And they blur out his middle finger in his hand because, of course, it's obscene. And so he does this gesture when telling this story to the whole family. Like, it's a little out of nowhere. It's unexpected. And it looks crazy. It looks insane.
But the children don't react as horribly as I would have expected because they go on and on about Logan swearing in multiple episodes now. And then you've got this guy like flipping the bird, but not even just like flipping the bird. He's doing like the arm and hand movement with it that's like super meant to be more aggressive and more offensive than just solo birds. And the children have a little bit of a non-reaction.
Yeah, it's like they're just telling the story. Of course, TLC with their blurring does make it even more dramatic, I think. But, Ron continues with his story. They tried to bring public nuisance charges in court. And I said, Your Honor, they told me to put him up. So I picked him up.
So I put him up. It's like, oh, God.
And then he does the arm gestures again as if he was in court giving the middle finger and gesturing to the judge.
Literally every time that he says put him up, he flips the bird.
Yeah.
And flips off the children and the dogs and the parents and every other bug and bird and everything in the area. It's like, oh, no.
Yeah.
So offensive, as Christine points out.
Yes, very offensive. So then there's a photo opportunity for Aspen to stand next to Ron Lessman. And on the other side is Maddie and Tara, Robin's sister. They're standing in a row, and they're all flipping off the camera laughing.
Yep.
And Christine goes, Our darling teenagers.
Darling teenagers.
And Cody takes this moment to look at the camera and say, I had no idea I was raising a bunch of hippies while giving a peace sign. And it's like, yeah.
Because that's what the hippies do.
I guess the hippies just flip off cameras. I don't know. Just Cody. He's just an idiot.
The best part of this scene for me is that Truly on like the side of the camera, like on the left side, is like chasing the dog and trying to grab the dog's tail repeatedly. And you got like bald Truly, and she's tall at this point. Like you got tall little bald Truly, and she's like trying to catch the dog's tail. And it's one of the cutest, like stupidest things ever. And I just couldn't not look at it. It was fucking adorable, but also hilarious.
That is funny.
She's just so cute. And we go back to the couch, and Cody is talking about this, and he found him super entertaining, and he just loves farmer style hoarding. And Christine is offended.
Oh, yes.
She didn't like him. She's like, is this real? Really? I don't know.
Yeah, while this is going on, the family's like exploring the truck art. Like they're going around and taking photos in front of the like various vehicles that are sticking out of the ground and kind of like taking their little roads, like pit stop, blah, blah, blah. And Christine is talking about how he lives in the middle of nowhere and he hates the government.
Cody just thinks that this is so funny. And Cody goes, well, they told him to put him up. So he put him up. And then Cody flips the camera off on the couch. And then Christine goes, oh my God, you just did it again. You just flipped people off.
Yes, yes.
It's so funny. She's like offended on the behalf of the audience of all the TLC fans that are watching. Like, you flipped them off.
And it's like, we're on a soundstage.
Oh, no.
Okay. Yeah. And we get some more, details about Ron's feelings and Ron's beliefs. And he says something along the lines, if you want to have 5 wives, it's the American way. Like, okay. Sounds
do what you
good.
want. Nobody should care. You should be able to do what you want. That's the American way.
That's the American way. It's like, all right.
But he is
good.
telling the kids this, like, as he's saying this in the clip that they show, he's kind of walking with a few of the boys, like, not the young boys, but like the medium-aged boys. And he's like telling them, I just think that you should be able to do what you want. That's America. And so in a way, I do think that his message is pertinent to the family. Like, yes, he's doing this crazy thing, and Christine's like, is this real? He's really acting this way with the government and the this and the that. But it's like, you are too, lady.
Yeah.
Like, you are flipping off the government in your own way because they don't believe that plural marriage is recognized in the law of the United States. So, like, you're given a bird, this guy's given a bird, kind of all evens out, don't you think?
I do. The thing that stood out to me about his example is like, if you want to have 5 wives, it's the American way. And it's like, Cody has 4 wives.
Yeah, like this guy is like high off the grass growing underneath his trucks.
Seriously, he's His message, yes, the root of it might be good, but oh my gosh, it's a little cray-cray.
Yeah, he is smoking what is growing inside of the perfect greenhouse, which is one of those trucks flipped upside down. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
The devil's lettuce
Oh, God.
under one of those trucks, and just this man. I'm just. He's probably in heaven out in Truckhenge.
And
You know?
yes, his Truckhenge. Yes, Cody says that the kids were entertained, like you're saying, and he was entertained, and it sounds like a much-needed breather from the driving.
Yeah, and then they cut out to the kids spray painting graffiti on one of the trucks. Like he's allowing them to all graffiti the trucks before they leave.
It's art, honey. It's art to him.
It sure is.